So, you want to S-rank Grim Matchstick, eh? Well, you've come to the right place. Now, Loadout is extremely important for making this fight as easy as possible. There are a lot of loadouts you can use, but the bread and butter loadout is Roundabout as shot A, Lobber as shot B, and Energy Beam as your super. The charm is still very subjective, and there are a lot of options to choose here that are perfectly viable. Charms that are good here are Coffee, Heart Ring, and Parry Sugar. Each of these have their pros and cons, so choosing the right charm for you is important. Coffee is great for getting super fast, and spamming EX shots, getting you through the phases much quicker. Now, the time requirement is not a problem in the slightest. Like, getting a minute 40 at the end is considered a very long fight, but the ability to get through the second and third phase faster can help you with retaining your HP bonus. Heart Ring rewards you for getting the quite hard parries during this fight and helps you to keep your HP bonus even if you take damage, but this can make you very greedy for the parries during the first phase and cause you to go for way too risky parries and end up getting hit a lot. Now, I've found in the end that Parry Sugar is actually very useful here. It makes getting the parries considerably easier, so you can even go for the normally very difficult or impossible parries from under. So to summarize, if you don't have a problem getting the parries and you want to get through each phase as fast as possible, Coffee would be the charm for you. If you want to have some buffer HP so you can retain your HP bonus if that's a problem for you, then Heart Ring could help you with that. And if you're having trouble getting all the parries for the S rank, then Parry Sugar would be the pick. I actually found that Parry Sugar made the parries so much easier that I actually now prefer just using it and dealing with keeping my HP bonus during the last phase. Now, another choice to replace Roundabout is Charge Shot, surprisingly. Yeah, I'm not kidding, I didn't like Charge either, and I still kind of don't like it very much, but if you spend just 5 to 10 minutes learning how to effectively use it against Grim, it allows you to absolutely shred through the first phase and possibly the last phase if you want to give it a shot. The Invincibility super is also something to consider to make the last phase a bit easier, but it's really up to you. I think that's it, so let's get into this fight. So, if you're using Roundabout, when you enter the fight, I would immediately turn around and start shooting. Grim on Expert can first do either his Eye or Fireball attack. For his Eye Ripple attack, it is preferable to stick to the lower clouds so the parries are easier to get, especially if you're using Parry Sugar. Now sadly, that's really the only trick I have to make the parries easier, so I highly recommend using Parry Sugar if the parries are a big trouble for you, and even if they're not, it's still very useful to guarantee some of those tricky parries. Anyways, if Grim does his Eye attack, he does 2 or 3 of the Eye Ripple attacks that shoots 3 rings at you, and you definitely want to aim for getting every parry you can. The last ring is always the parryable ring, so you can position yourself accordingly in order to get the parry for the third ring. If you're having trouble getting all the parries for this fight, you have more than enough time to stall and wait till Grim makes another Eye attack to get the rest of your parries then. Now for the Fireball attack, I recommend staying far back so you have enough time and space to dodge the fireballs. But this isn't a hard rule, so do whatever makes you comfortable. Grim does a tail attack constantly during the first phase and comes up every 4 or 5 seconds after the first tail attack ends, so you could reliably count and time your position so the tail attacks a specific area of the screen. With this, I personally found with how the clouds move to the right rather than the left like on regular difficulty, the tail attacking the right side of the screen provided way more room on the left side of the screen to dodge fireballs or comfortably jump and parry the Eye Ripple attack, but it isn't exactly necessary to do, just something to keep in mind. Now that's pretty much all I have to say about this phase. Charge Shot is very good for this phase, and you get past this phase surprisingly faster if you get good at timing your shots. With that, the second phase is definitely a breath of fresh air compared to the first. I personally found this phase very easy to deal with, but luckily there are a trick or two to make this phase easier for people that have trouble. If it wasn't obvious already, you are definitely using Lobber only for this phase. This is also a great time to save up your super for the last phase. The only thing Grim does is summon a parade of marching fireballs with some jumping up to attack you. The general strategy I use for this phase is whenever I hear them about to jump, I just jump as well and dash if I need to. Now most of the time this works, but there is even a better way to deal with the fireballs, and that is to understand that the jump is actually telegraphed and tells you which direction they're going to jump. Now most people know that they telegraph and make a sound cue when they're going to jump, but not the direction. But believe it or not, the fireballs do telegraph what direction they're going to jump. Look at the fireball when it's about to jump. The fireball will either be slightly tilted to the left or right, indicating whether they're going to jump left or right. This tells you whether you need to react or reposition yourself. What I do personally is I stare at the tongue and where the fireballs are, and let my peripheral vision see when I need to move to a different cloud. You can do the inverse of this if you personally need to pay attention to the clouds more, and you can just look at the fireball when you hear it's about to jump in order to act accordingly. You just rinse and repeat this, and you should beat this phase in no time. Now the last phase is definitely where the struggle is to S-rank Grim Matchstick. Having either Energy Beam or Invincibility Super makes this phase much easier to deal with, so having Super for this phase is highly recommended. Definitely use only Lobber for this phase, but if you have Charge Shot, you could try to use it too, but I didn't personally do that. Now Grim shoots, wow, more fireballs? So surprising. These fireballs shoot at you and split in each direction if shot and are surprisingly deadly, so shooting these by accident is definitely something we want to avoid. You can do this by just looking away when you think you're about to shoot a fireball. Other than that and using Invincibility Super, it's really up to you to dodge and tough out this last phase. Now when he does his flamethrower attack that hits the middle of the stage, go up to the highest clouds and use your Energy Beam Super if you have that equipped. If so, shortly after this flamethrower attack, he should go down. I mean, that's pretty much it. The second and last phase are conceptually simple, yet a bit difficult to consistently get past without any problems, so I understand why people think Grim Matchstick is still pretty hard, but having the right loadout and patience for each phase can really help make this boss considerably easier to defeat. Now here is an unedited playthrough of the fight. I hope this video helps you out, and if so, please consider subscribing and liking the video. Please leave your comments down below, and if you have any tips for this boss too. I'll see you all in the next video. Okay, so for this playthrough, my loadout is going to be Roundabout, Lobber, Energy Beam, just so get past like the last phase faster, and I'll be using Heart Ring. Pea Sugar is very useful here, but I kind of want to show the use of Heart Ring because Pea Sugar's use is more apparent, I feel, maybe, than Heart Ring. So I'm going to be using Heart Ring because if I get all the parries, I should have 2 extra HP to just lose whenever I want. So honestly, I'm kind of hoping I take a hit here just to show, like, I use Heart Ring, and it just doesn't stop me from restarting. So, anyways, with that, let's start this fight. Now, I am on PC controls, so I'm still not too used to it, but it's whatever. Turn around immediately, start shooting. Hopefully, I ripple attack. Yes. See, I'm not going to go for that parry, only because I probably would get hit there. If I had Pea Sugar, it would have been completely fine. That is a very good case example of why Pea Sugar is good, by the way. Is because that I would have been able to get that parry if it was Pea Sugar, but I can't, because I would just take damage. I wouldn't have enough time to press space and to, even if you're spamming it, to get the parry. This wasn't the most preferable place. Hopefully he does another one. Damn, okay. I'm gonna stop shooting. We have more than enough time. I don't want to get him past this last phase too fast. Or to his next phase too fast, because I need to get the parry still. I ripple attack. Boom. That was really close. But I got it. So now I have 5 health. Now I know I have all the parries. So now I can do whatever the hell I want. Let's do some EX shots. Just get past this. Oh, that was close. Okay, he is the next phase, yeah. You can kind of tell when he's going to his next phase when he hasn't done his tail attack for like more than 5 seconds. If he hasn't done his tail attack in more than 5 seconds, he's most likely about to move on to his next phase. Jumping right, looking at the tongue. He's good. I don't have to worry about dodging that too much. Kind of, a little bit, move a bit. Wow, that was fast. Okay. That was actually really fast. Okay, here. Now, this would be the trickiest phase, but I have 2 extra HP, so I don't really need to worry too much, to be honest. Oh, that was close. I almost fell off the clouds. It doesn't matter if I take a hit there. This might be a problem. Oh, okay, I was getting hit by that. Oh, there we go. See? With Heart Ring, I was literally able to just tank it. I didn't even care. I didn't care because I had extra health, so me slipping up there, I had no problem with it whatsoever. So that should be everything, right? See, 140, that's actually a really long time. And that's only because I had to wait, like, what, 15 seconds for the first phase to get in more parries. And there you go. That's the S rank, first try. So, yeah, Heart Ring is very useful. And I definitely recommend you use it if you have any troubles. So, well, hopefully that helped you, kind of guided you with how to go about getting the S rank. And I hope to see you in the next video.